morning to one and all present here. I am Suman Kumari, a student of EMET, along with other faculties and EMET student, has organized a panel discussion on the topic Preparation of Teachers for the various disciplines of music, art, craft and physical education, its existing programs and practices. The part has been a part of our syllabus and we have used the panel discussion as a part of transacting it among the students. So to please this panel discussion, we have our esteemed principal sir, Professor K.B. Rath sir, our headmaster of DM school, A.K. Mishra sir, our own Manas Panda sir, physical education teacher. We have music teachers absent, I'm so sorry for that. Our art and craft teacher, Swagatika ma'am and Shetri sir from DM school and Kamlesh Soni sir from DM school, physical education teacher. So we'll start with, I request Principal sir to speak few lines and initiate the discussion with teacher development topic. Thank you.
Okay friends, very good morning. I think you have organized a panel discussion on teacher development and specifically the subject is music, fine arts and physical education. But before going to the subject, first go to the concept of the teacher development which we are missing while thinking about this type of program. That is, you know very well who is a teacher and what is the necessity of nowadays. That is, everybody is striving hard for getting the quality education. If you want the quality output from the students, you need a quality teacher which will be prepared by a quality teacher educator. So when the quality teacher, definitely it is a training means he is a knave, he is a simple person. Through training he will be an expert. If he will be an expert, then how that process will go on? That he become experts and contribute in the classroom situation. That teacher, that development when I am talking of, development very simply a series of progressive changes. And what are those changes? Those changes are definitely the quality part of the teacher, means it is not the physical growth, it is the quality aspect, means the content, the skill, the other aspect that should be properly developed. If it will be developed, then the question comes how it will develop. Is it same for all the subject or different for all the subject? Because the subject which you people are taking now, the physical education, the music, the art and craft, those are completely skill based. If it is the skill based, and obviously the skill comes out of the some theoretical knowledge must be there, and that practice that make the skill means combinations of the ability to perform a task up to a certain standard. To make it a standard, what type of a content, what type of a practice is necessary, then we can prepare a quality teacher in these three fields. So my colleagues here, they will definitely focus on in their specific subject area on these dimensions. The first is what type of a content is required, how those content will be taken into practice where the necessary skill will be developed. And friends, always remember the training is only the training part, only the mindset will be created, but the perfection comes afterwards, the practice and others. For that purpose you have to create a mindset of the students, and that continuous process of development can be achieved only by those current techniques which we are including in professional development, that is how to process the experience and how to reflect on your own thing, so the teacher himself or herself can change progressively. So my colleagues will definitely focus on this part. Thank you very much for organizing such a nice event for the first time in the MEd course. Thank you very much.
I request the revered panelists to give their introduction.
Good morning all of you. Myself Manas Ranjan Panda, physical education teacher of this institute.
Good morning all of you. Myself Kamlesh Soni, physical education teacher, RI Bhubaneswar DM School.
Good morning, I am Akhileshwar Mishra, Headmaster DM School.
Good morning to all. I am KB Chatri, postgraduate teacher in art education, DM School.
Good morning everyone. I am Sagatia Sethi, as an art teacher of DM School.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. With this line, I ask Manas sir to give his valuable perspective on the topic.
Once again, good morning to all of you. And really I am thankful that you people are showing interest in our subject. But before coming to the point, I want to say that physical education is an integral part of total education. And the physical education teacher is responsible for the all-round development of a child. All-round development means a child should be physically fit, mentally sound, emotionally balanced and socially well adjusted. In this context, Swami Vivekananda also said, a children need a playground instead of Bhagavad Gita. That means in a playground, student can or a children can develop all the qualities. Physical quality, he can develop leadership quality, he can develop discipline, he can be sincere. Okay. Then also WHO, World Health Organization, also emphasis on physical education. A healthy mind in a healthy body. That means whatever you are going to do, your physical fitness is most required element to do or to start anything. But I am sorry to say that in India, especially students, most of the people are saying PT teachers, games teachers, sports teachers, drill teachers. They are actually restricted our role. They don't know the actual meaning of physical education teacher. If you see the detailed courses that will be communicated by Soni sir, the whole courses you can easily understand the total scenario, total thing. But in school, students are taking physical education as a fun, as an enjoyment. But they think that physical education means only playing games or sweating out in that 40 minutes or 35 minutes. Or they are taking that this is a time pass. But I say one can pursue his career in physical education by doing some courses. There are three aspects of physical education. One, of physical education, you can be a physical education teacher either in school, either in college. Second one is one can pursue his career in coaching as a coach. In school, now KBS, NBS, they are appointing coach, part-time coach or regular coach, and also district level, state level, national level. After doing the coaching, after completing the coaching courses, you can be a coach. And then third option, one can opt sports as a career. The talented sports person, the outstanding sports person of the state, of the nation are appointed in different private sectors, government sectors, like railways are taking, NELCO, most of the public sectors are appointed sportsmen. Okay. Now, what are the requirements to become a physical education teacher? What is the essential qualification, or how can be a physical education teacher? First of things, personal development is important in any field. A physical education teacher, he should be very disciplined, he should be very focused, and the most important thing is he should be a good performer. Okay. As we know that in sports, sprinters are never born, they are inborn. जैसे कहा जाता है कि स्प्रिंटर बॉर्न नहीं किया जा सकता, वो पैदाइशी होते हैं. ऐसे अब जनरल एजुकेशन, आई एम सॉरी टू से दैट, जनरल एजुकेशन में आप पढ़ाई करके मेहनत करके टीचर बन सकते हैं, लेकिन फिजिकल एजुकेशन फील्ड में आपका ये बचपन से ही ये क्वालिटी आपका डेवलप्ड होगा। स्पोर्ट्स के प्रति आपका ऑटोमेटिक आपका जो इंटरेस्ट अपने आप डेवलप्ड होगा। सो आफ्टर डूइंग सम कोर्सेस यू कैन बी, देयर आर सो मेनी ऑप्शंस, देयर आर सो मेनी fields you can go in physical education. So like that, in general education like CT, DIET, B.Ed, M.Ed, M.Phil, PhD, it is as same as in physical education also. Physical education में भी आप CPET, DPET, CPET certificate course in physical education, DPET डिप्लोमा इन फिजिकल एजुकेशन, BPET बैचलर इन फिजिकल एजुकेशन, MPET मास्टर ऑफ फिजिकल एजुकेशन, MPhil देन PhD डॉक्टरेट करके भी आपको स्कूल में कॉलेजेस में नौकरी मिल सकता है। और उसके डिटेल्स के बारे में सोनी सर आपको कोर्स के बारे में बताएंगे। MSc इन स्पोर्ट्स कोचिंग वो भी है, उसको करके भी आप अच्छे जॉब में जा सकते हैं। देन कम टू कोचिंग फील्ड, NIS नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स और डिप्लोमा इन स्पोर्ट्स कोचिंग। व्हाट इज द एसेंशियल क्वालिफिकेशन ऑफ ए कोच? मिनिमम ग्रेजुएशन डिग्री, ओके, दिस इज ए 12-month कोर्स, मिनिमम ग्रेजुएशन डिग्री फ्रॉम एनी डिसिप्लिन, आर्ट्स, साइंस, कॉमर्स, यू कैन बी ए कोच। बट द मोस्ट एसेंशियल क्वालिफिकेशन that is you should be a very good player. That means at least you should represent state, national, inter-university or represent your state in so many disciplines. That is the essential qualification to take admission in NIS. Also weightage is given to Bachelor of Physical Education, or those are having BPEd and MPEd, weightage should be given to them. And one more thing, 6-week certificate course is also going on by different institutes. Soni sir will tell you later on. And the essential qualification for the 6-week coaching is 10+2 or any sports certificate. Sports certificate means either representation from school, national school games, or state level or district level. But international players means those who have participated in Olympic, Asian Games, Commonwealth Games, there is something exemption for them. Like for them the educational qualification is 12th, 10+2, but for a common people graduation is must. But the medal holders in Olympic, Commonwealth Games, Asian Games, they are exempted from this educational qualification. Only 10+2 is sufficient. Then the third one is sports career. Sports as a career. आपको फिजिकल एजुकेशन पढ़ाई ना करके भी आप स्पोर्ट्स में अपना करियर बना सकते हैं। जैसे कि कोई आउटस्टैंडिंग स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन है, कोई इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट करता है, कोई ओलंपिक मेडल होल्डर है, कोई एशियन मेडल होल्डर है, कोई साउथ एशियन गेम्स में मेडल होल्डर है, उसको भी डायरेक्टली उसको स्पोर्ट्स कोटा से, दिस इज नोन एज स्पोर्ट्स कोटा से आपको पब्लिक सेक्टर, प्राइवेट सेक्टर, गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में, रेलवे, आपको नेल्को में आपको नौकरी मिल जाएगा। जैसे देवाशीष महांती, ही रिप्रेजेंटेड इंडिया इन क्रिकेट, नाउ ही इज ए जनरल मैनेजर इन नेल्को। हरभजन सिंह, यू नो बेटर, हरभजन सिंह DSP है पुलिस में, उनको नौकरी करने की कोई ओनली सिग्नेचर करते हैं और सैलरी लेते हैं। बिकॉज ऑफ हिज कैरियर, बिकॉज ऑफ हिज आउटस्टैंडिंग परफॉर्मेंस फॉर इंडिया, ही गॉट दैट जॉब। सो देयर आर मोर ऑप्शन आर देयर इन फिजिकल एजुकेशन, यू कैन बी opted anything. Last but not the least, one thing I want to say that in India people start doing exercise when when a doctor suggest or when a doctor prescribed. जब डॉक्टर बोलेगा कि तुम्हारा डायबिटीज शुरू हो गया है, कोलेस्ट्रॉल बढ़ गया है, BP बढ़ गया है, चलो एक्सरसाइज शुरू करो। इसका एक एग्जांपल है कि रोड में जब आप निकलेंगे ओल्ड एज लोग ज़्यादा दिखते हैं, यंग नहीं दिखेंगे। बट I want to request you, don't wait for that prescription, don't wait for that suggestion. You daily, you should, this physical activities should be a part of your daily routine. And earlier it is said that पढ़ोगे लिखोगे बनोगे नवाब खेलोगे कूदोगे होगे खराब. But the time is already gone. जितना इज्जत, जितना शोहरत, जितना पैसा, जितना प्रेस्टीज स्पोर्ट्स में मिलता है, शायद दूसरे आई एम नॉट कंपेयरिंग, मैं किसी के साथ किसी की तुलना नहीं करता हूँ कि किसी से कम नहीं मिलता. अगर मार्क जुकरबर्ग CEO ऑफ फेसबुक, उसको जितना लोग जानते होंगे, हो सकता है तेंदुलकर को उससे ज़्यादा लोग जानते होंगे इंडिया में. तो मेरा कहने का मतलब है कि सो मेनी ऑप्शंस आर देयर इन फिजिकल एजुकेशन. इसको आप एंजॉय, प्लेजर या टाइम पास मत लीजिए. जिसको जिसमें इंटरेस्ट है, आप चाहें तो आप फिजिकल एजुकेशन में अपना करियर डेवलप कर सकते हैं. एंड आई होप यू विल really motivate the students to pursue their career in this field. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really nice to hear that how one field leads to another, how the nature can be nurtured. So these are the aspects which you have shown, and the concept of coach, which differs from physical education teacher, has been understood. And now let's see what Soni sir has to say on this with different perspective.
Yeah. Good morning, all of you. So, Mr. Manas has already given you detailed information regarding the physical education. Few things I wanted to add. Only 40 minutes a daily. Only 40 minutes daily, either walking and running, makes you fit for entire your life. And it will keep you away from all type of diseases. Okay, so this thing, it's very important for nowadays. People should involve themselves either in the evenings or in the mornings session for 40 minutes walking, running or any physical activity. Okay, so regarding the different courses and the institute where these courses are being run, the first thing is almost 740 universities are there in India, and most of them have the physical education department and the sports council, and there the physical education courses are being conducted. The basic courses are the bachelor's degree in physical education, the master's degree in physical education, the pre-doctoral degree, that is MPhil in physical education, and the doctor's degree in physical education. Other than these basic courses, few more courses are there, like the management courses and the skill development courses. Nowadays, Modi ji, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, is also giving more emphasis on the skill development. So I'll discuss the skill development courses. First, I'll start with the premier institutes of our country who are giving professional courses in physical education. So first I will start with the LNIP Gwalior, that is the premier institute and the first deemed university in physical education in India. Okay, so the first basic course at that institute is the bachelor's of physical education, that is 4 years integrated course, that is 8 semester course. Okay, so for that you need 12th class minimum, 12th pass, or either you be graduate, but the basic requirement is minimum 12th pass. Okay, then in masters in physical education there are different master's degree courses, like masters in sports biomechanics. This subject deals with the analysis of human movement, like when we are performing any sports movement, we analyze that our sports movement, and on the basis of analysis we can improve our sports performance. Okay, on basis of the analysis we can find out the mistake from where we are doing mistake, and that mistake can be improved by doing practices. The other subject is the masters of master of exercise physiology, then master of health education, master of sports psychology. Nowadays each and every team is having a sports psychologist specialist. Whenever team performance goes down, the role of sports psychologist is very important. To bring the performance level of all the players to the top level, sports psychologists have a very important role to play. Okay, now the next course is the Master of Physical Education in Educational Pedagogy. Okay, the next course is the Master of art of yoga. Now I'll discuss this entire yoga part in a separate way. Then next is the integrated MPhil in physical education, then PhD in physical education. Other than this, the postgraduate diploma in yoga education, then postgraduate diploma in fitness management. Now this fitness management means the person who are involved in the fitness of the team members. The person is responsible to maintain the entire fitness level of a team, either a group of corporate people or we call it as a individual player. Nowadays you must have seen many film stars is also having their fitness trainers. So they are doing a good job to maintain their fitness. Then postgraduate diploma in sports coaching, as Manas sir has already discussed about the diploma in sports coaching. Then diploma in sports coaching, this is a very important course for in-service army personnel. Army personnel who are involved in physical training to the army Jawans, they are also given a chance to complete a diploma course in physical education. Once they complete this physical education course, after their retirement, they can become a physical education teacher in army school or in general school. Okay, so this is very important course which is been run in only NLIP. Okay, now other institutes are the branches of LNIP, that is Lakshmibai National College of Physical Education at Trivandrum, that is in Kerala, and one more branch for northeastern region, that is Lakshmibai National Institute of Physical Education branch at Guwahati, Sports Center Guwahati. Okay, so same courses are there, only bachelor's, master's and MPhil is there at Guwahati, and bachelor's degree, master's degree, MPhil and postgraduate diploma in fitness management and PhD at LNCP Trivandrum. Okay, so other than this, some very important diploma course in sports massage. One very important course is been conducted at LNCP Trivandrum, that is diploma in sports massage. Okay, because massage is nowadays very important for the general people as well as for the sportsmen. After you complete your physical exercise or a rigorous activity, one should have a limbering down exercise along with a light massage. Okay, so this is all about the courses at the Lakshmibai National Institute of Physical Education and its branches. Now I'll talk about the NSNIS Patiala. The full form of NSNIS is Netaji Subhash National Institute of Sports at Patiala. The center is at Patiala, and further sub-centers are also available at Bangalore, Hyderabad, Calcutta, Aurangabad, and then we have in our Bhubaneswar also, that is KIIT University, Bhubaneswar. Here you can conduct or you can go for the certificate course only, but for the professional degree course or the diploma course you have to go to NS Patiala and their sub-centers, mainly basically the Calcutta, Bombay, Aurangabad and then Ahmedabad. These are the main centers where you can go for the diploma courses. For certificate courses, few more centers are there like Bhubaneswar. Then next course is the MSc in sports coaching. Here MSc stands for Master of Sports, not Master of Science, Master of Sports. For this you require a graduate degree from any recognized university. This is a 2 years diploma course, and this is a course which is affiliated to the University of Patiala, that is Punjabi University, Patiala. Then next course is the postgraduate diploma in sports medicine. This course is meant for the doctors. Doctors who have completed MBBS degree, they can go for this professional master's degree course in sports medicine. Okay, the duration of the course is 2 years, and it is affiliated to the Baba Farid University of Faridkot. And the other courses, the certificate course in sports coaching, that is 6 week certificate course, and diploma in sports coaching is already taken by Manas sir. The very important course which is newly introduced after our Honorable Prime Minister has given emphasis on skill development, that is the skill development courses may like the sports massage course for 3 weeks, then the physical conditioning course, the sports and nutrition and dietitian course for 3 weeks, then gym management course, then personal fitness training course, then lifeguard in swimming pool, then psychology of sports, then biomechanics of human performance. It is a specialized area where these persons are analyzing the performance of the opponent team. Like in cricket, many players been analyzed by the expert. What are their weak point? What are their strong point? On the basis of their weak point, we plan out our strategies. Like in cricket, suppose Sehwag was weak at the bouncer, so opponents were trying to bowl him more and more bouncer, so that all the time when bouncer was bowled, he wanted to hit the ball on the rise, and sometimes he get success, sometimes he get out. Okay, so the biomechanical analysis experts are doing more important job nowadays by analyzing the weak point and the strong points of the opponents. Okay, now next is the project and the event management. The project and the event management. Nowadays, many corporate offices are involved in sports activities. They want to conduct big tournaments, but they give this entire event management to a group of people who are managing this event. So to organize a big tournament, we need to have a good experience. So after conducting this course, or if you complete this course, you can go for a group of sports management group. You can create a company who can organize different sports management events. Okay, now after this, then talent identification of sports. Like NCERT is conducting NTSC exam. Likewise, there are many companies who want to identify the talent from the grassroots, and they want to nurture them and bring them to the national level. So for this, many companies are doing talent hunt program. Recently, one talent hunt was conducted at Karinga Stadium for identifying the athletic talent at the grassroots level. Okay, so like this, many companies are conducting talent hunt program. Then rehabilitation and recovery. Then lifeguards in swimming pool and sports laws. Many of them now doing the law courses in sports. Then research methodology in sports and the measurement evaluation in physical education. So these are the few skill development courses. Now the last one, the Tamil Nadu Physical Education Universities, who is conducting the medical courses, they are also conducting. Then my MPhil in exercise physiology and nutrition, Master of Exercise Physiology and Nutrition, then PhD in exercise physiology. Same way, science courses, MSc in physiology, MSc in psychology. Okay, and the management courses from Tamil Nadu Physical Education University, MBA Sports Management, then postgraduate diploma in fitness management, then postgraduate diploma in infrastructure management. This is very important, infrastructural management, how you will manage the big infrastructure available at your place or in a particular place. Okay, that is very important, because nowadays each and every state is having a big sports infrastructure, but maintaining them is very difficult. So PG diploma in sports management and production management, then wellness and management, then professional courses like MBA in sports marketing, then sports production management, then sports coaching, and likewise yoga, the MSc in health and yoga, then MSc in yoga and naturopathy, MSc in yoga and naturopathy, and diploma in yoga, and the last one is the postgraduate diploma in yoga therapy. Through this yoga therapy, you can cure many diseases. So this is all about the different courses and the institute where you can go for the professional physical education courses. Thank you, and all.
Thank you so much, sir. We would have never knew the scope of physical education is so vast. And we will move on to our next discipline. So I request Swagatika ma'am to put some light on how to prepare an art and craft teacher.
Once again, good morning everyone. पहले तो मैं बताना चाहती हूँ what is art. Art is a medium which by we express our feelings. मतलब आर्ट एक माध्यम है जिसके द्वारा हम अपने फीलिंग्स को एक्सप्रेस करते हैं. ठीक है, तो मैं बताना चाहती हूँ कि आर्ट के अभी जो बोल रहे हैं पेरेंट, मतलब जो चल रहा है आर्ट एजुकेशन, तो आर्ट एजुकेशन क्या है कि कई लोग सोचते हैं कि आर्ट एजुकेशन में कुछ नहीं होता, बस क्या ऐसे ही ड्राइंग्स बनाते हैं और क्या, और कुछ नहीं। तो मैं बोलना चाहती हूँ कि जैसे कि हम जनरल सब्जेक्ट में जैसे भी हम कोर्सेज करते हैं, जैसे कि डिग्री कोर्सेज, मास्टर डिग्री, देन एमफिल, व्हाटएवर, जैसे कि मैं बताना चाहती हूँ कि जैसे हमारे जनरल सब्जेक्ट में जैसे सब कोर्सेज हैं, वैसे ही इसमें भी आर्ट एजुकेशन में भी BBA, जैसे कि बैचलर ऑफ विजुअल आर्ट एंड MBA, मास्टर डिग्री इन विजुअल आर्ट। विजुअल आर्ट पहले ये फाइन आर्ट्स थे। फाइन आर्ट्स में क्या थे, आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट मिलके आते थे। आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट जैसे कि ड्राइंग और स्कल्पचर, वैसे ही आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट मिलके आते थे। तो अभी क्या हो गया है कि विजुअल आर्ट हो गया है ओनली बाय, मतलब हम जो देखते हैं, जो पेंटिंग है वही है विजुअल आर्ट। सो आर्ट में कौन से सब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं, जैसे कि BBA विजुअल, बैचलर इन विजुअल आर्ट। विजुअल आर्ट्स में आते हैं अपना मतलब डिपार्टमेंट्स, देयर आर मेनी डिपार्टमेंट्स ऑफ आर्ट एजुकेशन, दैट इज़ जैसे कि हमारा पेंटिंग और देन ग्राफिक्स, अप्लाइड एंड स्कल्पचर। पेंटिंग तो सबको पता होगा, पेंटिंग मतलब कैनवास और मीडियम में कैनवास और कलर ब्रश वही। और स्कल्पचर तो सबको पता होगा कि स्कल्पचर में आते हैं हमारे मतलब स्टोन वर्किंग और क्ले वर्क एंड वुड वर्क आते हैं। देन स्कल्पचर, ग्राफिक्स में आते हैं वुड ब्लॉक प्रिंटिंग, मतलब हम जो प्रिंट बनाते हैं, प्रिंट मेकिंग बोलते हैं उसको ग्राफिक्स कहा जाता है। ग्राफिक्स में वही प्रिंट मेकिंग्स आते हैं। देन चारों सब्जेक्ट्स आगे आप डिपार्टमेंट में BBA में चारों डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं। और फिर MBA में क्या होता है कि MBA में अपना एक मेन सब्जेक्ट जो होता है, जो चारों सब्जेक्ट मैंने बताया आप लोगों को कि पेंटिंग एंड ग्राफिक्स, स्कल्पचर एंड अप्लाइड। तो उन्हीं में से हम एक सब्जेक्ट लेते हैं फाइनल में, जैसे कि हम ग्रेजुएशन में जैसे करते हैं। तो देयर आर मेनी सोर्सेज ऑफ आर्ट एजुकेशन इन द फील्ड ऑफ आर्ट एजुकेशन। These are many sources about art education. There are जैसे कि तुम लोगों को पता होगा एनिमेशन वो भी इस सोर्स में आता है, और एनिमेशन एंड फोटोग्राफी ऑल्सो एडेड हियर।
Thank you, ma'am. We never knew that art encompasses such subject and disciplines. But next, I would like to request Chetri sir to give his views how he sees art as an education.
I'm a teacher in art education, DM school. So I like to speak about the preparation of teacher for art education. Being a teacher, first of all, I like to share my experience as a teacher in school. Because children of today is a teacher for tomorrow. So we need to find out the interest among the student from the initial stage, right from the primary section. So I have an experience in school while teaching in school. So of course there are courses in a primary section and the middle section and higher section too. But initially the syllabus start from the class 6 onwards and till class 12. So with the help of our headmaster and of some of my colleagues, we have started art education in DM school for class 12 students, 11 and 12. So we are offering a subject in art education in DM school. For this is one of the steps for promotion of art, or maybe to be a teacher in future in the concerned subject. So as far as the educational institution is concerned, there are a lot of education institutions in the country offering host of subject in the area. Especially, and there are major 4 areas, there is a uniformity in offering of courses in the institution, almost in the all institutions in the country. Especially they are painting, sculpture, graphic art and applied art. The painting is primarily concerned with the painting, painting in all the surface, right from the paper to wall, a massive wall. We have an example of Ajanta cave paintings. They are painted on wall surface. These are, of course, these are murals in a large format of painting. These are often called murals. The tradition of mural is still being continued in the institution, in some institutions. So in the same way, other subject as sculpture, we have an experience, we have an evidence of our cultural past. If you go Ellora caves, Elephanta caves, we will find a lot of sculptures. But these sculptures were executed without having any training. Of course, formal training. We can say it's a formal training. They have a training. They have a guidebooks in their hand. Of course, in that way, still the tradition is being continued in form of sculpture. In sculpture, there are a lot of medium sculpture. Say, for example, metal casting, stone carving, wood carving, and many more. These are all traditional medium. Of course, there are more addition into non-traditional medium too, because the people are experimenting in some different way, whatever the medium available at present. Even some of the peoples are preparing sculpture even out of papers also. In some of these peoples are preparing sculpture out of some ready-made art, the throughout object. In the same way, some other subject, the others are graphic art. It is an indirect medium of producing own works. Indirect in the sense, if you look at the sculpture, is a single piece. If you're talking about painting, is a single piece. But in graphic art, we can reproduce a number of print of the same work with help of some of the surface, like wood carving, like linoleum printing. It's like etching printing is a scratching on metal plate. This is a highly scientific process to reproduce print. And there are some other process, even lithography, one of the oldest technique in printmaking, where a stone is being used for reproduction of artist work. Of course, this long before it has been used as a medium of reproduction, but now it is limited to the artist community, because where the artist can produce original works through the graphic print, through the lithography. Litho means a stone, a natural stone. The stone has a capacity to absorb grease when we mark on the stone with some greasy chalk. And we are taking the possibility of the stone into printmaking. And there are also some people choose some subject in graphic art. Let's say, for example, serigraphy, which also called the silk screen print. That also comes under graphic art. So basically, the concept of graphic art is indirect medium of producing own work. We have an example from the past. We must be aware of Raja Ravi Verma. He's a renowned artist who has produced the images of Devi and Devatas. No, we must have an evidence of the past. We have calendar, the reproduction of Ravi Verma's. These are oleographs. Especially, he has set up a studio for printing his painting, to reproduce his painting, because painting is a single painting. But he wanted to produce lot of print of his works so that it can be spread to the people. So most of the people can have at least one print of Ravi Verma. So this is the concept behind us. And there are more addition. Most of the universities in India, almost there is a uniformity in subject, as I have already discussed. So, and there are more universities, the new universities, those who are offering some non-traditional medium, such as there is a department in visual art, Assam University. They are offering creative painting, mural, installation. Installation, this is one of the new medium. It is totally new. But these universities are offering these courses too. Art and culture, and the history of art is also there. Creative painting, art and culture, philosophy of art, computer graphics, and site-specific installation and performance art. This is very interesting, site-specific installation. So this is a new medium included in these universities. There are very few universities offering this sort of courses. So site-specific and performance art is basically concerned with the particular site. Artists are advised to choose a site. Say for example, there is a lot of wasteland in campus, RI campus. If we appoint some artist who associated with this specific installation or performance art, he will create such a site. It may be an heaven for the people. It may be a place of creativity. Who watch? Art and culture also there, and sculptural mural. This is also a new addition, because we know sculpture, but sculptural mural. Mural, it's a panel decoration. It's like illustrating the life of Buddha, like as we have evidence in Ajanta cave, where the life of Buddha is being described in form of pictorial narration. So there are a lot of courses involving. Speaking about the preparation of teachers, we may ask the student right from the class 9 or 10 onwards that we will find out the area of their interest, where this child is interested, which area he is interested. Then we can motivate accordingly, either in sculpture or in these areas, as we have already discussed. Then we may ask him to choose the subject in +2 level, and there is a further study for BFA leading to Bachelor in Fine Arts. There are a lot of institutions as per MS University, Baroda, and Banaras Hindu University, Kala Bhavan, Shantiniketan, Sir J.J. School of Art, Mumbai, and Delhi College of Art. And there are a lot of colleges in every state. At least there are 1 to 3 art colleges. Even in Orissa, there is 2 government art colleges. One is BK College of Art, another is in Ganjam district. It's the oldest college in India, one of the oldest college in India. So the minimum qualification required for admission into fine art college is +2. Before that, some 15 or 20 years back, it was 5 years degree course, and the minimum qualification required for the courses is 10 pass. So myself, I have the degree of BFA, not BVA, Bachelor in Visual Art and Bachelor in Fine Arts. These courses are same, but BFA is a 5 years and BVA is a 4 years, and then +2, then 2 years MBA or MFA, Master in Visual Art or Master in Fine Arts. It's a 2 years course. Then the subject offered first 4 years. In first 4 years, first year the student have to go all the discipline, have to train for all the discipline, all the areas. Say for example, painting, sculpture, applied art, graphic, mural, or computer graphics, so whatever the courses they offer. Then specialization start. In specialization especially, we are allowed to choose one subject, either painting, either graphic, sculpture, applied art, mural, designing, whatever the area we interested. Then the same can be offered in +2. And in addition to that, there is an art history course, history of art, to study of the history of art, world history. So there is a special department. Very few people take this department because it's very hard to pass on. So, but in addition to this, we have to do also history of art, a 1 paper or 2 paper, 3 paper, whatever the college or university is offering. So in this way, we can go for the training in these discipline and become a teacher. Thank you all for listening. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Your words have really enhanced our knowledge. Now I request HM sir to give his point of view on the discussion.
Well, I am also so much enriched with the kind of information provided by Physical Education Department of Art and Craft, and to know as to what to pursue in order to become a qualified teacher for art and craft, to become a qualified teacher for physical education, various segments of physical education, in fact, not only as teacher in school or teacher in college, but coaches, then psychologists, and then coming to a lot of other areas which now physical education covers. Coming down to art and craft. In fact, art and craft teachers the way we see are basically the teachers who work on aesthetics, they work on beautiful creations, they work on beautiful kind of digging out of the inner beauty of an individual in their soul, their thinking, their thought process, the entire culture that one has, and that comes and finds out some space, some place, some form on any one of the surfaces. The way nowadays physical education, art and craft, or even for that matter music, they are accommodated in curriculum. The attempt is basically to integrate, but somehow, without many exceptions, basically art and craft goes its own way, music probably goes its own way, physical education also goes its own way, and all these three are separate way when we talk of other part of academic, as if these are not the academic segments of the education. Now when there is a teacher preparation, probably all the teachers coming from qualified courses of physical education or coming from qualified courses of fine arts, visual art, crafts, or for that matter music, along with other subject. In fact, a teacher coming from any field without being given an identity as to teacher of what needs to have a comprehensive outlook for all possible segments of the education. When it comes to, so to say, scholastic subjects, physics, chemistry, mathematics, languages, or it comes to physical education, we won't be able to do justice with the education of a child who is the object, who is the subject for us, unless we are able to give a holistic view to the child that as much as languages are important, as much as knowing history of ourselves is important, that much is important your good physical, emotional, social, mental well-being. And that much is important the aesthetics, the affective domain, that will also find sometimes a medium of using languages, poem, stories, using paintings as one of the forms, as one of the ways of expressing, and also maybe squash, table tennis, carom, billiards, another form of expressing it. Unless we see it holistically, probably different streams of physical education being one of the streams, music being another of the streams, and fine arts being another streams, other academic areas being other streams, probably will not be able to let the children have a kind of wholesome education. To have wholesome education, if history is connected to arts, you see Bali and the Sumatra, Bali Jatra is very famous for Odisha, and where earlier there are signs that there used to be trade from Odisha, people used to go to Bali and Sumatra. If we go there in Sumatra, we find outside the cities, there are a lot of sculptures kept which are on stone. Very similar a view as when you go to Konark, when you go to Puri, because that time the people who visited here or people who went from here to there to do the trades, these were a few things which got exchanged. And since I'm sure hundreds of years, the trade as is claimed to be having done that time is not working, but yes, there is cultural connectivity. So how can we dissociate history from the art? We can never. When we talk of, say, Taj Mahal as a piece of marvel, it's a creative piece that goes hand by hand when we talk of the Mughal history. Doesn't it go? When we talk of Dasi tradition, that's a kind of social aspect when we are talking of how the society used to be. Does it not go with several Indian classical form of dance? When we talk of, doing adventurous activities, when we talk of going and then winning over the highest cliffs on mountains and hills, does it not go with the physical education? It does go. So when we are preparing teachers, we need to understand that strong water tap separation between all these forms need to be completely blasted off. Let there be a complete smooth flow of understanding from music to art, different forms of art, to an art of physique. When we are talking of ballet or dance, is it not physical education? It is a dance. When there is a painting on ballet, is it not an art? When is a kind of biomechanics in the movement while doing the ballet, is it not a physics? Is it not a chemistry? The kind of biological changes, the kind of mindset one has, emotional movements within and without, is that not something to do with the psychology? Does it not have much to do with the culture? We need to understand everything, every bit of it that we do inside the school and outside the school is an education. We have to understand, unless we are able to have a wholesome attitude, not thinking that a history boy is inferior or a art boy is inferior or mathematics boy is inferior. Nobody is inferior. Every boy is unique. Every form of learning is unique. Every form of learning is just unique and it is incomparable. This is what I wanted to say. Thank you so much, friends, for enlightening us, for giving so much of idea as to how we can go and have a lot of trainings in order to become fit teachers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was really an integrated overview of the things. Now it's time for our students to direct their question to our experts. So, friends, you can ask questions. Be ready.
My question is that any entrance exam is there for physical education and art education for the bachelor degree for good colleges like in central level, like IIT or MBA courses is there? MBBS courses.
Actually, you have asked the question that at IIT level.
Yes.
So at IIT level, there is as such no entrance exam. There is no course in physical education at IIT level. But at the national level, that is Lakshmi National Institute of Physical Education, there is a entrance test in which you have to go for physical fitness and a written test and of course the Viva. And the last one is the specialization game test, the game which you are going to take as a specialization game. In that game also you have to give a test.
Thank you, sir. Sir, in arts education.
One more thing I want to add. Educational qualification is important.
So 10 plus 2.
No, I'm not telling 10, but the percentage of marks.
Okay.
Minimum 50% marks is essential to take admission in bachelor's degree.
Minimum 12th class. If you are a graduate also, you can go for that course also.
As for art education is concerned, so there is no such course in IIT, but in other central universities there is a procedure for admission. We have to get form after class 12. Class 12 we have to get a form online or offline, then we have to send it. Then there is a test conducted by the university because the seats are very limited. So the procedure of admission is on basis of the admission test and performance.
I wanted to add one more thing. If you are going for the bachelor's degree course after graduation, for that you need to have a university level participation. And if you are going for the degree course, that is after 12th class, BPE. For that is a BPE or the BPEd. BPEd is and BPE, both of them are same, but the course is after 12th and another course is after graduation. You can go for both the courses. After graduation, you need to have a sports participation at university level, and after 12th class, only thing you have to qualify the entrance test.
Actually, my my question is mainly related to physical education. So my question is, suppose any player from any background, suppose cricket, football, basketball, all others, got injured, and after getting all kinds of medical exposure, he or she are not able to play furthermore for his or her country. Then what are the future prospects of that kind of guy in India?
Okay. So you are more concerned about the person who are now recovering from his injury.
Rehabilitation.
Yeah. So he can go for the courses like the fitness trainer or the sports psychologist, or even the courses related to the analysis of the sports performance, or even the gym instructor, or like massager, or many more courses are there I have discussed. But the main thing is, if he is able to perform some sort of physical exercise, then he can go for the degree course also, like BPE also. Instead of going for the full-fledged degree course, he can go for some diploma courses also.
My question is related to art education. That is how art education differs in various stages of education. That is starting from primary stage up to higher secondary stage. How, in which way it differs?
Of course, this is a very good question. Formal education start from class 6, actually class age of 12, where the student learner can develop an idea of an object, how it look like, how it appear, what is the identity. Because one should be able to identify the horse and the donkey, because both are the same category and both the anatomy are almost same, looks are same, but one should differentiate in the drawing. So that idea we should need first. So in case of primary stage concern, normally we don't teach art education is primary level. This is only an encouragement. Whatever they have with the children is a very good creation with them. Every children is a very good creator. If you look at the painting of small children, it's really very impressive, very beautifully, because they have their own perception and that cannot be changed at this stage. So we can encourage in the lower primary section, even in up to class 5. Then from class 6 onward, we can just make a training. We can go for the training. And in class 9, 10 onwards, there is a syllabus. There is a pattern of syllabus, right from the just information regarding some of the artworks produced by our the artists of the past, some of the glimpse of our cultural past. So there is a procedure, there is a syllabus, a pattern of syllabus, and through this we can train art.
What sir said is right. I have taken the part of question that you want to be answered, so you need not repeat it. I know what you want to ask. Your question had up to class 8, as sir said, from class 6 kind of formal taking into the finer aspects of the drawing and painting and those kind of things start. Up to class 8 it's kind of general. From 9th onwards it becomes little specific, and when it comes to a formal education, there are papers from class 9 and 10, those who are interested in that, apart from their regular scheme of studies, having 5 papers of science, maths, social science and 2 languages. Apart from that, if somebody is interested, can take art as one of the papers. That will be an additional paper where there is a specialization kind of thing at that stage. And at plus 2 level, art can be taken as one of the electives. The way physics is taken, chemistry is taken, the same way art, you call it art education or fine arts. It's art education is taken. So that way it can be done, right? So up to class 8, it's a general, it's a kind of appreciation of the art and doing a bit of art with the art perspective. 9, 10, strengthening on that, and also there is a parallel way of going for taking as one paper, additional paper, and at plus 2 level it can go as strong as any other subject.
My question is to Manas sir. In order to stay physically fit and active, what to do a normal human being on daily basis?
there are so many things. Being a physical education teacher, I never against of anything. You may do physical activities, starts from morning, either go for morning walk or any yogic practices you can do. Physical fitness means starts from walking. Okay, starts walking, then jogging, then running, then sprinting, then stretching. Okay, whatever you want you can do, but it should be in a very slow process. And if you are going behind the physical fitness, these are the most essential components. Okay, some physical fitness components are there, strength, speed, strength, flexibility, agilities are there, but you are as a common human being, you go in favor of running, jogging and sprinting and some stretching exercise, but it should be in a slow process. ये खाने का चीज़ नहीं है कि एक दिन खा लोगे, थोड़ा थोड़ा करके स्टार्ट करना है. एंड जैसे सर ने बताया था कि लिम्बरिंग डाउन, वार्मिंग अप एंड लिम्बरिंग डाउन. तुम्हारा बॉडी 8 घंटा रेस्ट करने के बाद तुम फील्ड में जाते हो. सबसे पहले थोड़ा सा जो वॉकिंग होगा वेरी स्लो प्रोसेस में होगा. ओके, देन धीरे धीरे उसका स्पीड जो है इम्प्रूव करना है. मैंने कई बार देखा है बच्चों को पार्क में स्कीपिंग करते हुए. स्कीपिंग करना है तो सॉइल पे करना है, ग्रास पे करना है, हार्ड सरफेस पे नहीं करना है, नहीं तो उसका उल्टा असर शुरू हो जाएगा. देन यू कैन डू नाउ इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ रामदेव बाबा all are going behind yogic exercises. I am not against of that because yoga is a part of physical education. योगा फिजिकल एजुकेशन से अलग नहीं है. और अगर आप अपना फैट कम रिड्यूस करना चाहते हैं तो साइंस कहता है कि आपका हार्ट बीट जो है, पल्स रेट जो है, हार्ट बीट जो है, पल्स रेट जो है आपका 140 टच करना चाहिए पर मिनट. अगर 140 टच नहीं कर रहा है तो देयर इज नो चेंज, देयर इज नो इफेक्ट ऑन योर फैट. ओके, तो कम से कम आपका हार्ट बीट जो है 140 टच करना चाहिए. एक एग्जांपल मैं आपको एक मेरे साथ जो एग्जांपल मैं बताना चाहता हूँ. एक लड़का फिजिकल आपका आरआई का सुबह दौड़ रहा है, पूरा गर्मी के अप्रैल का महीना था, पूरा बॉडी को कवर करके वो दौड़ रहा है और स्वेटिंग ही स्वेटिंग. क्योंकि लोगों का ये कॉमन लोगों का ये धारणा है कि बॉडी से पसीना निकल जाएगा तो वो फिट हो जाएंगे. ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. वो मैंने उसको देखा कि पसीना हो गया है. मैंने बोला ये क्या हो रहा है? नहीं सर, मैं पसीना निकालूंगा तो जितना जल्दी बॉडी का पसीना निकलेगा उतना मेरा बॉडी वेट कम हो जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं है, फैट कभी कम नहीं होगा. आपका बॉडी का पानी कम हो जाएगा, आप डिहाइड्रेशन के शिकार हो सकते हैं. फिर थोड़ी देर बाद जब बॉडी आपको पानी रिक्वायर करेगा, आप पानी पी लेंगे, फिर फैट जहाँ का तहाँ, बॉडी वेट वहीं कहते हैं. तो कम से कम आपका पल्स हार्ट बीट जो है 140 टच करना चाहिए, तब जाके आपके फिटनेस के ऊपर आएगा. और फिटनेस जो है स्ट्रेंथ, एंडोरेंस, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, इसी के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. अगर पूरा फिटनेस पाना है तो आपको सुबह पहले वॉकिंग करो, उसके बाद थोड़ा उसका पेस इंप्रूव करो, दैट इज जॉगिंग, उसका पेस इंप्रूव करो, रनिंग, देन स्प्रिंटिंग, देन स्कीपिंग, उसके बाद थोड़ा सा स्ट्रेचिंग करके बॉडी धीरे धीरे कूलिंग डाउन करो.
Sir, is the morning is the best time to do exercise or evening?
मॉर्निंग इज द बेस्ट, बट ऐसा नहीं है कि आप इवनिंग में नहीं कर सकते हैं.
जब भी आप करें फुल एफर्ट से करें और स्टार्ट जो करें ग्रेजुअली करें, क्योंकि कोई भी काम जब हम ग्रेजुअली स्टार्ट करते हैं तो उसका इफ़ेक्ट आपको अच्छा मिलता है. जैसे सर ने बताया कि आज आपने 100 उठक बैठक लगा लिए और 100 उठक के बैठक के बाद आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि आपका कुछ फैट लेवल कम होगा. ये ग्रेजुअल प्रोसेस है, धीरे धीरे कम होगा. क्योंकि फैट बॉडी का तभी कम होता है जब आपका एनर्जी लेवल आप एग्जॉस्ट करते हैं, और जब बॉडी को और ज़्यादा एनर्जी की ज़रूरत होती है तो फैट डिसॉल्व होता है और आप आगे काम करते हैं.
वन मोर थिंग ये है कि ध्यान रखना है कि एक्सरसाइज से पहले थोड़ा सा एम्प्टी स्टोमक होना चाहिए. ये नहीं कि फुल खाना खा के एकदम जाके दौड़ना शुरू कर दो. ओके,
Thank you, sir.
How we facilitate physical education, art education through micro teaching to the student teacher?
I think I'll take your question in a wholesome perspective. We need to first understand when we are preparing the teachers for common subjects. When I'm saying common subjects means the routine subjects that you have. Let us keep these three aside now: music, art and physical education. In physical education, music and art, the kind of skills which are required as a teacher are different from the skills which are required for having other kind of cognitive area of the subjects. Okay, these are areas which are performing areas. Even physical education is also one of the performing areas, and music and art, these are again performing subjects. So the teaching methodology will be varying from common subjects to these subjects, and you will be happy to know, you will be might be probably knowing also, to become a physical education teacher there is content teaching, but there is no pedagogy teaching. To become a music teacher, there is content teaching, there is riyaz, there is creative riyaz, but there is no pedagogy. No teaching of pedagogy, I mean. Similarly for art, it's assumed that the one who is artist, whatever he does is an art. The one who is a great musician, whatever he does in that field is music itself. Wherever the one who is a teacher, one who is physicist, everything that he does may be a physics, but it is not the pedagogy to learn and teach physics. So there is a difference. In micro teaching, I do not personally believe, and I think that something can be done through which you will learn to become a good teacher of physical education, or you will become a good pedagogue for an art education, a good pedagogue of a music. I think probably you got the answer what I understand. Yeah.
One question more.
Please.
जैसे कहा जाता है कि ताजमहल दुनिया का 7वां आश्चर्य है, लेकिन मेरा कहना है कि फिजिकल एजुकेशन, आर्ट एजुकेशन या म्यूजिक एजुकेशन में जिसको इंटरेस्ट नहीं है वो दुनिया का 8वां आश्चर्य है. तो व्हाट आर द क्राइटेरिया टू आइडेंटिफाई द टैलेंट इन द स्टूडेंट in art stream or the in different type of stream?
There was a boy, he is already passed class 12. So उसका वो क्या नाम?
टुडू?
नहीं सर.
Basan Tudu.
आर्ट में
हाँ एक
सत्य प्रकाश मिश्रा.
नहीं इज थोड़ा सा below achiever था. Anyway, a student, so he is very good in copying the object, copying the art object from the reproductions. अगर हम उसको कोई किताब दे देते हैं, even though it is maybe a copy of old master, he has the ability to copy accurately. But whenever we ask to create from his own side, he suddenly goes to class 5.
Yes.
Because it's a standard of, because it's a question of his achievements, his level of understanding to the subject. You can't call him as a below achiever, something like this, because whenever you ask to copy, is accurate. Even he is more than his age. But whenever you ask to create something, then he is going down. So it does not mean that he is very weak in that. So we have to identify the area where he can be fitted. So so if we offer some courses for the student to handle some technical sides such as animation, and there are even designings where of course skill is required in that area too, but we can manage with some sources. There are some sources to become a very good designer. That boy, now he's secured more than 90% in fine art, but 50% in other subject. So this is an example, very good example. So in this way, so we can motivate to find out his actual interest and area. This is very tough job, of course. You need to observe regularly, and the guidance is required.
I think I'll take his question to a bit more length.
Sir.
I think it was Pramit you're talking about.
No,
Pramit,
sir.
no, some other one. Anyway, now your question is, half the question is answered. What are the ways to identify which student has got what kind of talent? See, the best way to identify is to create opportunity in the school system, part of curricular activities in which there are a lot of opportunities when the child or children they do art, there are a lot of opportunities where the child can perform the things related to music. Similarly, there are a lot of activities where the child's endurance, stamina, skill, those things are seen and identified. And there cannot be a class of identifying who is best at what. In fact, over the weeks and months and the years, when there are teachers who are organizing several set of activities, they keep on having observation and identifying, like this child is good, who is going to be a good sprinter. This is the child who has got stamina to go for a kind of cross country. This is the child who will be very poor for table tennis, but he has got great flexibility and that kind of power for playing basketball. Similarly, there is a child who can copy down anything, but don't expect of creativity from the child. There is a child who is creative, but don't expect him to be very fine at work, because the finery will come after practice, whereas the creativity is there. There are children who are so great at the idea, and when we start doing evaluation of their pieces of work in terms of creativity, color handling and those things, child ends up getting probably consolation prize, but we know that the child is the most creative child. It might be happening many a times. Many a times we find that a child who becomes first, we say, well, his piece is certainly very good to look at, but he is not the best in creating. So these things are identified only with the set of activities which are performed, that's why it's said that in school, earlier we used to use the term co-curricular. In SCF 2005 there is nothing co-curricular. I'll put direct scholastic and indirect scholastic. The indirect scholastic activities have to be in plenty. And the way we have got in our DM school, you'll be surprised to know there are 190 activities put together in probably 119 working days. And these physical education teachers, they conduct in 3 days as many as 86 activities on track. So there are plentiful of the activities through which the children are identified. And this is the only way of doing it. There is no other way of doing. The moment you declare we are going to find out the best artist, it's artificial, the way we are here. Once we do painting competition, it's natural. And then while moving around, we see who is how much creative. I think this is what you wanted.
So I'd like to just add one more things. There was another student whose name was Basen Tudu. He is now admitted in the art college, BK Art College. So during class 8 onwards, I have observed this student. He was very special to me. So he is very much, his knowledge and ideas and his ability to draw is excellent. Even I have seen still I remember one drawing he has drawn, that just a building, a mall, marketplace. So he has drawn the complete marketplace from the low eye level, matlab from the ground. And whatever the figure appear on the top floor, it is perfectly, exactly in scientific manner, because the proportion will be very shorter. The person who is standing on top, so his proportion is shorter than the person who is standing on ground floor or the first floor or second floor. So he has drawn perfectly. So I find that he is very good in illustrations. But although he never, whenever there is a competition, art competition, always he is used to get second or third prize, and never get first prize, because his creative side is a bit different than his observation. His craftsmanship is more prominent than creativity. So I suggest him to go to the art college, and he himself was very much interested and take admission into the art college, and he is performing very well there. So I hope he will be a very good illustrator. Maybe his skill can be used in some making of animation film or something like this. Thank you.
One thing I want to add regarding the talent identification. It is totally different in physical education. ग्राउंड में ना जाते हुए भी हम बता सकते हैं कौन खेलेगा कौन नहीं खेलेगा, टू सी हिज फिजिकल फिटनेस, टू सी हिज बॉडी कॉम्पोजिशन। सपोज कोई किसी का हाइट ज़्यादा है तो हम अपने आप उसको बोल सकते हैं कि इसको वॉलीबॉल में ले जाओ, इसको बास्केटबॉल में ले जाओ। पर्सनली मैं अपने बात करता हूँ, आई हैव रिप्रेजेंटेड 3 यूनिवर्सिटी इन वॉलीबॉल, 3 सीनियर जूनियर नेशनल आई हैव प्लेड, बट नाउ आई एम थिंकिंग दैट आई वॉज रॉन्ग, क्योंकि मेरे हाइट को लेकर अभी मेरे को, जब मैं उसको कंक्लूजन में ये पहुंचा हूं कि मेरे को लगता है कि मैं दूसरे गेम में जाता तो हो सकता है और ज़्यादा सक्सेसफुल होता। और एज पर द फिजिकल बॉडी कॉम्पोजिशन कंसर्न, सबसे पहले टीचर देखेगा कि इसका वॉकिंग से, एक बच्चे को जब मैं बोलूँगा कि चल तू थोड़ा सा 10 मीटर वॉक कर, वहाँ से पता चल जाएगा कि वो स्पोर्ट्स खेल पाएगा कि नहीं। खेल तो पाएगा बट उसमें कितना उसको आउटपुट मिलेगा वो बता देगा। अगर उसका नॉक नी है, फ्लैट फीट है तो कुछ नहीं कर सकता, हम कितना भी कुछ कर लें वो कुछ नहीं कर सकता। सो इट इज़ द ड्यूटी ऑफ द टीचर कि वो कहाँ उसको भेजे, उसका बॉडी एक्टिविटी को देख के, बॉडी मूवमेंट को देख के, वो किस इवेंट में उसको डाले, ये सबसे बड़ा रोल टीचर का है।
इसके अलावा टीचर के अलावा इंडिविजुअल इंटरेस्ट भी बहुत मायने रखता है।
ये तो सबसे बड़ा,
क्योंकि कई बार जैसे सर ने अपना केस बताया, मैं अपना भी केस बताता हूँ कि यू कैन जज व्हाट गेम आई यूज्ड टू प्ले। आप क्या आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं कि मैंने कौन सा गेम खेला था या मैं कौन सा गेम में खेलता रहा हूँ? मेरी हाइट को देख के या मेरे फिगर को देख के आप लोग कौन सा गेम के लिए आप सजेस्ट करोगे? क्योंकि इसमें आपका भी टेस्ट हो जाएगा कि आप लोग स्कूल टीचर होने के बाद आप कैसे आप टैलेंट को आइडेंटिफाई कर पाएंगे इन फिजिकल एजुकेशन। कोई बता सकता है? यू आर रॉन्ग, बिकॉज सेम सिचुएशन वॉज देयर विथ माई फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर। ही ऑल द टाइम वॉज फोर्सिंग मी टू प्ले बास्केटबॉल एंड वॉलीबॉल, बट I was a player of hockey. I have represented my university 6 times. I have played 2 nationals. अब देखिए यहाँ पर चेंज हो जाता है, यहाँ इंटरेस्ट बच्चे का अलग हो जाता है। तो आपको दोनों चीज़ देखना है, आपको फिजिकल स्ट्रक्चर भी देखना है, बच्चे का इंटरेस्ट भी देखना है। मैंने इसीलिए सर की बातों को साथ में लिंक करके बोला, क्योंकि सर ने एक पहलू बोला, दूसरा पहलू मैंने बोला। सर ने अपना एक इंटरेस्ट बताया, मैंने एक अपना इंटरेस्ट। तो सेम थिंग आपको भी, जब आप एज ए टीचर जाएंगे, you are not a physical education teacher, but you will get an opportunity to select a team or a player for your school. At that time, these things should be kept in mind while selecting any player. आप बच्चे का इंटरेस्ट देखें प्लस उसका फिजिकल स्ट्रक्चर दें। एक मोटे से लड़के को आप सोच के कि भाई इसको मुझे जिम्नास्टिक कराना है, तो वो पॉसिबल नहीं होगा। आप उसके ज़िंदगी भर भी अगर आप उसके पीछे लगे रहेंगे, वो कभी जिम्नास्ट नहीं बन पाएगा। तो ये चीज़ें आपको देखना है। टैलेंट आइडेंटिफिकेशन में ये सारी चीज़ें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रखती है हमारे फिजिकल एजुकेशन में। फिटनेस प्लस उसका इंटरेस्ट, फिजिकल स्ट्रक्चर प्लस उसका इंटरेस्ट।
We have come to the end of this discussion, which was very fruitful, not only for today, and since it is recorded, it will serve as a resource for the future years to come. We would look forward to this kind of cooperation from the team and the students and the technical team in the future also. I would like to end this program by introducing the panelists once again. Physical education teacher Manas Panda, he is TGT physical education, RIE and DMS both, and Kamlesh Soni, PGT physical education, RIE Bhubaneswar, DMS, and Mr. AK Mishra, headmaster, DM school, part of the institute, and Shri KB Chetri, art teacher, PGT in art and craft, DM school, and Mrs. Swagatika, art teacher in DM school.